The last video I made wasn't great. It was just me painting a squad of Reavers, and I didn't even show me painting it. So now I want to work on a diorama based on this clip. I've been playing a lot of Space Marine 2 with one of my friends, and this diorama is going to represent that scene. Now I don't have a Tyranid Warrior, and I'm not going to go and buy one because the kit's like 40 quid. So I'm going to use a Von Ryan's Leaper in its place. This Reaver here is going to be painted as a Primaris Night Lord, and the Leap at the back will be painted in the Leviathan colour scheme. There's not too much to work with other than a rock design for the base, couple ammo clips, some rippers, and the Leaper itself. So to start this project, we're going to base coat and spray this whole thing in black. After doing our base coat in Chaos Black on the spray, coverage is decent, but reacted a bit with the foam, so some of the foam did break down, which isn't great. But we're now going to move on to using some Mechanicus Standard Grey. The idea is to look more like tile rather than rock. After getting the white done, we now need to move on to doing the skin, which I've done the base of with this Termagant here, with Carberg Crimson and Contrast Medium mixed together, which afterwards put some Corax White, which we used before, on top, just to make the skin look a bit better, but still keep those deep pink hues and tones. Before that, for all the more fleshy areas and more sensitive areas, we're going to use some Emperor's Children. This will be just around the joints here, along the blade, and the tongues and the tentacles up here. Now that we have the pink down on the model and on the diorama, we can move on to the pink hues and tones like on this Termagant. To do this, like I said earlier, we've got some Crimson, or Carberg Crimson, and we've got some Contrast Medium. We're going to use this in a 1 to about 3 or 4 volume. It takes time to get the perfect balance. The mixture I've gone for here is about a 1 to 4, 3. So it's 1 part Carberg Crimson and 1 usually part around 1 to contrast 3, medium. Can 1 to 2. We're not going for the highest raised edges. It does take time. That's going to be gone back over with. So I'm going to find that balance anyway. And going in for the recesses look amazing. After getting the pink on, I decided to get the white and go over it, so we now have a couple deep pink tones. I also took some Nagaroth Night base paint and put that all over the carapace areas of the model. We're then going to take some Basilicanum Grey just in between the little gaps of the carapace, just to add a bit more depth so it's not just one solid colour, and add some more shadow into the areas in between the carapace. After getting the shading done with the Basilicanum Grey in between the plates of the carapace, adding a bit more depth and shadow to the model, we can now move on to one of my favourite parts about painting Tyranids. We're going to take some Demonette hide, and we're going to use this along the highest raised edges and all the smaller edges on the back, trying to make it look like some sort of natural shaping and natural marking to the carapace. With the carapace of the Leaper pretty much done, only things to do: a bit of clean up, a bit of a white splash on the ground, paint this in grey, and then a bit of silver on there. Won't take too long to do. Now we move on to the other part of this project, the Reaver. So my plan is to use some Cantor Blue on all the armor panels, highlight those with the Fang, do all the metals in Lead Belcher, and then do a coat over them with some Basilicanum Grey, all the joints in between with a Barden Black, and replicate what we did with the claw on the Leaper over on the claw here. And then once we add in the Reaver to the diorama, we'll add in all of the blood effects. After spending a lot more time than I should have on this project, I finally finished it up. So we have the Night Lord all painted up. We got the pulled off blade on the side. I painted up the small ammo boxes over there. added in the large blood effects and little blood spatter, painting up the rest of the model, and you can really see the shine of the blood effect. I've just used contrast Blood Angels Red for the blood effect, and it looks really nice. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be working on some brand new Warhammer content soon, so I'll see you in the next one. Peace.